Activate the circuit that leads to the future. Arrowhead confirmed. The summoning conditions are 2 or more Cyberse monsters. I place Balancer Lord, Dotscaper, and Boot Staggered in the link markers. Circuit combine! Bearer of the Shield of Light, awaken now and blaze a path through this chaotic battlefield, so that I may claim victory! Link Summon! Link Tree! Encode Talker! Hello duelists, and welcome to an opening of the brand new Yugioh structure deck, Cyberse Link. As the name suggests, this deck comes with a lot of brand new Cyberse cards, and I really can't wait to open it because I'm planning to make a Cyberse deck myself, and many of the cards in this deck look really cool. So with that being said, let's get this thing open. Alright, so we've got the structure deck here on the right, and a little box over here on the left. Let's see what's in the box first. So on the back of the box we see a list of the cards in the deck. And the first thing is, of course, a copy of the brand new rulebook containing the brand new Link Master rules. And yes, we have our dual field, or at least half the dual field that comes with every single structure deck or starter deck. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So it looks like it's a map that features the 3 Link monsters that come with this set. So in the middle here we have Encode Talker, and on the left we have I can't remember the name. The one here on the right is Binaural Sorceress, and the one here on the left is, let me just look at the card list. Trigate Wizard, right? Trigate Wizard. So just one half of the field there. Let's put that away. And now for the cards of this Cyberse Link structure deck. Alright, so here we have the cards of our structure deck Cyberse Link, kickstarting with the cover card Encode Talker, looking just so amazing there in this ultra rare foiling. I mean, the foiling just goes so well with its glossy white armor and the gold highlights. You can see the color just changing between the different shades of the rainbow just like that. It looks amazing. And it's always really cool when like an ace monster, an important monster gets like a counterpart like this. So it's really nice to see like Decode Talker get another version in Encode Talker. So I think I'll just go through all of the cards in this deck first, and then I'll just run through their effects, have a short summary of their effects at the end of the video. So here we have Encode Talker, and up next we have Trigate Wizard, looking not too shabby as well. I'm really loving the design of all these brand new Cyberse monsters. So from his name you can tell he's a Link Tree, and followed by Binaural Sorceress, who from a name you can tell she's Link 2. Really cool design as well. And oh yes, anything that looks like a dragon is great in my book. And here we have Duel Terminal. When I saw this card like revealed for this deck, I just knew I had to get it. And up next we have a super rare magic card, a quick play, Cybernet Backdoor. A tricky little card, but I'll talk more about its effect later. So up next here we have the, I think it's called the normal parallel rares. So they are the not so like intense key cards. So we start off with Client Backlinker, and yes, Balancer Lord, definitely one of the important cards in this deck, and Rom Claudia. So in the original starter deck for VRAINS we got Ram Clouder, and now in this structure deck we're getting Rom Claudia. So I really like how this is like this parallels the pairing of Encode Talker and Decode Talker, because Rom Clouder's like the light one, and I mean Ram Clouder's the light one and Rom Claudia's the dark one. And here we have Boot Staggered. And finally, a really important trap card in this set, Recoded Arrive. And ooh, Digitron. And Dotscaper. And I guess that should be all of the brand new cards in this set. So I think up next we just have like reprints, Trigodia, Summon Priest, Wirebuster, Collapse Servant, Card Gunner, Debris Dragon, Mathematician, Crane, Morphing Jar, this Magician Girl, a Frog, this guy. Yay, Glow Up Bulb! the Electric Cat, that's also getting reprinted, and Soul Charge, Shuffle Reborn, Different Dimension Reincarnation, Gold Sarcophagus, Mind Control, Cosmic Cyclone, and Moon, Shield of the Moon Mirror. I don't think I've seen this card before. Where Afdal, Miraculous Shine, and I guess these are all just other reprints as well. I might not know all the names of these cards. And yes, the Air Mirror Force and Dimensional Barrier Break, and of course a Solemn card. So with that, let's just quickly run through the effects of the main cards in this set. So starting off with the key card of this deck, Encode Talker. While the Encode Talker is more of an offensive type of card, I feel that Encode Talker is more of a defensive type, because its effect allows you to protect your monsters from destruction and then make you stronger in order to fight back. So it's more of like a reactionary type of card. While I personally find its effect not too amazing, it is still quite interesting, and I think that it will be beneficial, especially within the Cyberse deck, because you probably have a bunch of fodder monsters, and then you can sort of like make those monsters become useful by making use of Encode Talker's effect. And since I find myself more of a defensive player, I think that Encode Talker fits my playstyle more compared to Decode Talker as well. But I'll have to test this guy out and see how he works out in an actual duel. So up next we have the pairing of Trigate Wizard and Binaural Sorceress. So along with Firewall Dragon, these two are link monsters that make use of the mutual link mechanic. The more mutual links they have, the more of their effects they gain, and they can become potentially extremely powerful if you fulfill all of their mutual links. So based on these cards released so far, I'm feeling like mutual linking will be quite an important mechanic for Cyberse looking into the future, but we'll just have to find out with the new cards from Circuit Break. Up next, we have a very cool looking card from this set, Duel Bloom. But honestly, I think it's the newest card in this set that I'm the most disappointed with, because I mean, it's just a card, it's just a heavy card that can be special summoned with quite easy conditions. And I guess its effect sort of combos with certain cards in this deck, especially where to Balancer Lord. I think this guy is one of the most useful cards in this set, so let's go through his effect. First of all, when he's on the field, you can pay 1,000 life points to get an extra summon, and an extra summon of a Cyberse monster, if I'm not wrong, yes. And his second effect is when he gets banished, you get the special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So basically this guy is very good on the main field and can also be banished to trigger an additional effect. So Duel Bloom does have an effect that allows it to banish monsters, but only those with lower attack than it. So I mean, I'm not really sure how good this card is, but I honestly don't think it's that great. Moving on, we have Cybernet Backdoor, which allows you to banish a monster and then have it come back and sneakily direct attack your opponent. So it sort of combos well with Balancer Lord like this as well. Quite an interesting card, especially since it's a quick play, because you can potentially protect one of your monsters with it as well. And moving on, we have Client Ants, which just when normal summons grants a stat boost to all of your Cyberse monsters. I don't think it's anything too amazing. Backlinker, on the other hand, is quite an interesting card. It allows you to get rid of all of the cards in the extra monster zones, so you can prevent your opponent, like if your opponent has a slight advantage over you and has like quite a solid monster in his extra monster zone, you can make use of Backlinker to quickly like reset the game and don't allow him to gain even more advantage on you. Yep. It also allows you to It also has an effect that allows you to special summon it in order to help you further your link summons. Up next, we've got Rom Claudia, the dark version of Ram Clouder, and he's quite an interesting support card also, although like nothing too amazing, but he just helps you get more monsters on the field, helps you recycle cards from the grave. And Boot Staggered, this card is definitely quite an important card for Cyberse, because it's a level 5, but it's one of those really easily summonable level 5s. So when you get a Cyberse normal summon, you can just special summon this guy. And he also has an effect where by inflicting damage to the opponent, you can special summon a token. And those tokens will be really useful in helping you get into even more link summons. And before we move on to this, let's just look at Digitron, it's a normal monster, and Dotscaper, an interesting and quite useful, and I would say quite a powerful card. It will definitely help contribute to getting more fodder materials for Link summons as well. And finally, we have Recoded arrive. Now, I wasn't really thinking much of this deck other than the fact that it would be able to give Cyberse quite a strong boost, which is important since Cyberse is a brand new type introduced to the card game. But this card just changes everything. This card adds so much. I feel that it adds a lot of depth to the current Cyberse decks if you play both Talkers. So first of all, it allows you to interchange between Decode Talker and Encode Talker. And this applies as well whether they're on the field or in the grave. So let's say the opponent beats down one of your Talkers, you can quickly get your second Talker out. And finally, in order to activate that effect, you'll have to banish the original Talker, but then this trap has a second effect. By banishing it from the grave, you can get that first banished Talker out. So I feel like it really adds a lot of speed, a lot of flow, a lot of power to the Cyberse deck so far when you play both Talkers, and it's a really interesting addition to all the cards here, and I think it was a really good decision on Konami's part to make this card. And of course, it's really cool to see both Talkers like that in the artwork. So that'll be the end of this opening video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's really important that they release this structure deck for Cyberse right here, because the other newly introduced Link archetypes like the Tricksters and the Goki, for example, they've already got Fairy support and Warrior support, so you can sort of build them into those decks in order to use them at a decent level. But since Cyberse is so brand new to the card game, they lack quite a lot of decent support cards and different options to use in battle. So I think it's really nice that they decided to release this now in order to sort of buff up this brand new archetype that's just like a little infant in the entire world of Yu-Gi-Oh! And in order to make them make the archetype more accessible, more usable to people who are interested in using it. So do like and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening videos. Up next in early July, we have the next main booster set, Circuit Break, where we'll finally get to see Revolver's cards as well as Varel Load Dragon. So do leave a comment as well and tell me, out of all of the current Cyberse cards that have been released, which do you think looks the coolest, or which is the most awesome Cyberse card to you? So with that, hope to see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Video.